Hello everybody, welcome along. It's Monday, it's the start of a new week. In fact, if you're into giving names to things, apparently today's Blue Monday. Apparently it's the saddest day of the year. Oh, but it's only sad if you're in charge of a football club. Well, actually, if I'm in charge of a football club that you play for, that's when it's probably a bit sad. But it's going to be fine tonight, isn't it? We're going to have a nice time. We obviously started last night with Oxford United, got ourselves some games under our belts. A couple of little bumps in the road, maybe, just obviously early season jitters. Trying to sort of like get a bit of an identity, I think. But I think tonight we can maybe push on a smidge. So let's do that, shall we? Let's do that. Here we are now, of course. Welcome back to the British Steel Challenge. If you're brand new, then this is where we're trying to get ourselves 36 trophies. It's 36 at the minute. It might keep going up. It keeps going up every single time we touch the screen, to be honest. We always find another trophy to win. So at the minute, we want to win every single trophy in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. So far, we've won 5 out of the 36. This is our 7th season now. 7th season. It's our 5th club as well, which is interesting in a sense, I think. You know, to sort of be 5 clubs in. We started off unemployed, of course, as you do with this challenge, and we started our save in the 3rd division of Northern Irish football at Banbridge Town. Got them promoted into the Championship, won the cup with them. There's 4 cups to win, 3 cups to win, I think, in that division. Got ourselves to Portadown, we're a bigger club in the Championship. Sort of like treaded water a little bit. Got ourselves a move to Dungannon in the Danske Bank Premiership. Won a cup, nearly got relegated, resigned. Moved to Linfield, who finished 2nd, won the league and won a cup. Was supposed to play Champions League qualification football. Resigned, because of course it's all about winning domestic trophies. And we've ended up in the Vanarama National League at Oxford. What a fall. What a fall from being Northern Irish champions to being into a team who got relegated out of League 2 last season on goal difference. This is where we are, though. Vanarama National League, as I say. 13th at the minute. Played 5 games. Won 2. Brilliant. Drawn 1. Fine. Lost 2. Not good. 7 points so far, so we're like 5 points off the top. Okay, we're expected to finish 5th, but realistically they want us in this playoff mix here. So there is 7 positions to aim for. Of course, if we get promoted via the playoffs, that counts as a trophy. I mean, it's going to be hard work, to be honest, getting promoted from the playoffs. We should theoretically be in a decent enough position to do so, because we brought certain players in, like Baily Cadamarteri that we had at Linfield. He's left Sheffield Wednesday. He scored a massive amount of goals at Linfield. Look at this. He scored 43 in 43. You can see just at the bottom there. 43 goals in all competitions, 30 in the league, 13 in the cup. And then we signed him on a free transfer from Sheffield Wednesday. He was released, so he scored 3 goals non-competitive. He's got 2 goals in 5 league games so far, so he's not quite hit the goal scoring run just yet, but we're hoping to sort of get him to do that as we progress. We've also signed Oliver Casey, who's a centre half, 6'2". He's reasonably handy, to be honest. Again, a free transfer, £1,500 a week wages. We've signed Paul Kiffin on loan from TNS, so he's going to be a midfielder who can sort of come in and do a bit of a job for us. We've also signed this guy, Kieran King, 18 years old, 6'8". 6'8". Okay, hoping he's going to be fantastic. He's going to be what he's going to be at the end of the day, innit? We've also brought in Mark Mehmet, who's a young player who's got a little bit of a knock at the minute, but looks fairly handy for a winger, to be honest. He's got decent acceleration, decent bravery, strong, got leadership as well. Dribbling and crossing aren't too bad for this division as well. High work rate. Teamwork's pretty handy. We also signed Michael McGuckin. Michael McGuckin's come in on loan from Gillingham. Looks the part. He's got good finishing, he's got good first touch, he's got good composure, he's got really good decision making, determination, flair's good, off the ball's pretty decent, reasonable acceleration. He should theoretically be a player who's going to get us a few goals, we think. And we've also signed the fantastically named Renford Raspberry on loan from Sunderland. probably didn't need him, to be honest. He's got 5 for finishing. Part of the agreement is we play him as an advanced forward. I don't think he's going to play as an advanced forward really with that finishing, but good dribbling, good technique. He might be okay for us. He's going to play out on the wing, I reckon. It looks like, now is this even a place? God Manchester? Is that even a real place? God Manchester? Don't think so, but yeah. In he comes. Renford Raspberry. What a name. What a name. So that means in total we've signed 7 players in total. 3 of which have come in on loan. As I say, expected to finish 5th. Disappointingly, we drew a Maidstone 1-1. We lost to Dartford, which was really bad, to be honest. Notice our away games. 2 defeats we've had have both been away from home. What's our next match? Oh, away from home against Stevenage. So that's a bit of a worry. We're playing with a 4-4-2. Now, again, I think it's maybe slightly unbalanced, so we might have to have another little look at it, to be honest, and try and work out why it's not quite working as it's supposed to. Because I feel as though there should be... well, it should work, really, to be honest. It should really work. Okay, God Manchester's in Cambridge, is it? Okay, I did not know that. Did not know that. Never heard of that place until then, so there you go. You learn something new every day, don't you? Here's where we are then. So we're trying to work out right now as to who's going to be our creative players. Kachias, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you for that. Now, I think McDonald has to come on to be a fullback on support, maybe. Try and get the ball moving up a little bit more. We are a little bit sort of defensive, I think, occasionally, which is probably a bit of a concern. I feel like still at Oxford thought you'd have fallen upwards by September the 3rd. Lama, welcome in, pal. I'll be honest. Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? Okay. We're only 5 games in. I'm not feeling Oxford at the minute, right? Okay. I know we have to be here. It's all part of the process, but I'm not 100% sold on this being the right move. But we shall see. We shall see. Shout out, by the way, for Llama's co-creators, I think. It's probably the right description there. The manager's seat. Go and obviously check that out, and check Llama's YouTube out as well. Of course, if you're not already doing so. Why are you not doing so? Man's knocking out some amazing content. But yeah, this is where we are then. So I wonder. Okay, we are playing 4-4-2. I wonder whether there's some scope that we change it a little bit. Now, I don't know whether we go back to the dark arts and go to 4-2-3-1 like we had at Linfield. I don't know whether we do that sort of 4-2-3-1 that we did at Banbridge. Do you remember where we had the sort of the defensive midfielders there, and then we had a player just sat there? I don't know if we try something like that. Might be quite interesting, because then again we benefit from that double DM, that double pivot. That might be quite handy. It might be something for us to look at as we go through, because I'm not entirely sure that Raspberry is going to be an attacking midfielder, to be like an attacking forward, to be honest. Plus it then works into a 4-2-3-1 pretty easily if needs be, as well. Plus here we can benefit from the shadow striker role. Even down in this division, I think we can possibly still benefit from that if we have a player who can fit in that role, to be honest. And why not let Raspberry ever go? Let him do it. He doesn't have to shoot. Just has to make us go forward. The odds in the season preview are that we're expected to finish 6th, which I'll take. Actually, it's now moved up to 3rd. Oh dear, it's moved up to 3rd. The media prediction is 5th. So that's the thing, Lama. Teams are raising our game, and because we're going away from home, we've lost 2 away games at this point, and I'm already starting to be like, maybe we're not as dominant as we should be. Duffy's going to cost us money per month, unfortunately. We did look at him, and Bolton were playing hardball. They wanted a monthly fee for him. See, £8,750. Now, if we can knock that down and just pay his wages now, because we might have a little bit more money, let's see if that'll work. Because if we can get him without paying a wage, then then that'll help. Third suggest teams are going to sit deep. I think that's the problem. Lama. I think they're sitting deep and I'm pushing on too much. I think I need to sit back a little bit as well and let them come out at us. So I've got to kind of almost be balanced in my approach rather than positive, I think. Is that how it works? Like I can't commit too many men forward. I've got to kind of draw them out a little bit. So I've got to sit back as well and be like, well, I can come for a point. Do you know what I mean? I can come for a point. I've been caught on the counter. Sort of, yeah. We were definitely in one game. Yeah, we were pushing on for a goal and then got hit on the sucker punch. Sadly. So let's see. I'll tell you what. Let's see what happens then. Okay, we'll see what happens. We've got. Let's try and put Wheeler in there. Actually, he's 6'5". He might be able to do something in that position. Always fancy the balanced approach, says Catches. Yeah, I like balanced this season. I love cautious as well, actually. I really like cautious. But I think if we're now in the position that we are in the league, then I sort of think that we can't really be I don't really think we can be the team who's sort of like sitting back, you know. Copy that across. 4-2-3-1 with a double DM away from home. Yeah, maybe actually that's maybe a good idea. Yeah, have that sort of second sort of formation to be like, right, let's try this. I mean, thing is, actually, where is he? Bangura, international duty now. Okay, there's one game you could have won if Mehmet hadn't missed umpteen chances. Yeah, yes, exactly. But and remember as well, these are like they're just they're teething troubles at the minute. Okay, they're not massive concerns right now, but they might become massive concerns if we don't address these sorts of issues now. And I think that that's probably where we're looking at, you know, thinking, okay, have we got someone there who's, you know, have we got a team that's capable? Maybe. Have we got a team that needs a little bit of work? Probably. Are we gonna improve? I hope so. I really hope so. Because if we don't, then we're going to be moving much quicker than we anticipated. Now, obviously, we're here because we're here. The plan was to come to Scotland, but we're here now. Cadamarteri is an advanced forward as he has at Winfield. He was a poacher at Winfield. He was a poacher. He was a poacher in a 4-2-3-1 as well. So we didn't even have him as he wasn't even sort of surrounded with somebody else actually. So he was, I think the fact that we had Duffy behind allowed a lot more movement for Cadamarteri, because whenever Duffy moved, Cadamarteri managed to get some space. So maybe that shadow striker role would be helpful. I'm going to try Raspberry in the pressing forward defend. I mean, here's the question. 3.5 grand. Transfer budget's 131. What does that work out to? Let's get a calculator. Is it worth paying it? Let's look at, can we do a calculated risk here? Okay. So 3,500 per month times 12. It's 42 grand. Plan was to come to Scotland, took the wrong turn of Belfast and ended up in Oxford. There was no jobs. There was no jobs in Scotland, sadly. Do you reckon we just pay it and say, right, hope that it's going to be enough to get us over the line? Because Duffy was brilliant at Winfield, wasn't it? And if we get him and if that helps get Cadamarteri firing, then that's what we need. Again, let's not discount the fact that potentially we have to change formation as well, because we might not stick with 4-4-2. We just wanted to get a bit of a sort of like see what the players are like, see if they're any good, and then start to look and change as and when we've got time, if we can, you know. Because we might not have, just saying this out loud. Oh, look at that. We weren't expecting that. Duffy turns us down. Oh, hey. Unbelievable. If Baily gets going, it's proven it reduces the risk of paying money. Yeah. I mean, look. Okay, fair enough. We're there, right? Duffy's not going to be here, so we'll have to make a new Duffy. Okay, we'll come up with a new one, and then he'll be the new guy. Okay, he looks handy-minded at 6'2". Nicholas Harris, hello. Where have you been hiding at York City? 19 years old. Go back to Duffy and beg him for mercy. That's a reference. That's a reference that I know. Llama. I've heard of that one. Edwards. Reef Ralston. Daniel Carey. Would you say the quality of the conference is better than the Northern Irish Premiership? I wouldn't imagine so, no. But I could be wrong. I would presume not. And I think most of the chat would presume not. But what do you reckon, chat? Where are you thinking? Do you think that the Northern Irish Premiership is on par with the Championship? The National League can't be on par with the National League. The National League's like way down in the list, way down. Released in 2018, one of my current favourites. yeah, absolutely, Llama. I'm very much enjoying the musical stylings of Dido at the minute. So she's one to watch. Better be keeping an eye on that. You know. Also, have you heard of Lulu? She could go somewhere. Isaac Heath. No, Preston Watkins. We've looked at Preston Watkins a couple of times, and I've kind of like hovered over him, thinking, do we, don't we? I'll put him on the short list, but I don't know. National League is a hard slog. It's gonna be long, hard slog, and because where we're at, with the problem with the National League, is if we don't make it in one season, we've then got to stare at it again and go like, oh, here we go again. Like, we need to be like one and done. You know, that's the thing. And it's so difficult to do one and done. It's so different to do one and done. This guy I actually had on loan at Sunderland in my offline save, so I'd be interested if we can get him. Keeney, watching All Ireland last season, Cadamarteri was head and shoulders above everybody else. Now he doesn't seem to be firing on all cylinders. Could the lack of pace be hindering him? I think lack of pace is going to be a concern, but I also think supply is going to be a big concern for him, because he's not getting, I think, the quality of the balls in from the likes of O'Sullivan. We had Evans putting the balls in, we had Mikason putting the balls in. I think these guys are better than the players we've got now. No disrespect to 17-year-old Rogie, who's obviously trying his best, and Colville. I don't think they're on the level of Mikason and O'Sullivan. I mean, O'Sullivan we paid $500,000 for, so he's got to be half decent, right? And Evans was just like was a great player. You could see from the second he walked through the door, he looked fantastic. So those sorts of players are going to be better, and because of that, we maybe that's sort of why Cadamarteri managed to score so many goals. Maybe, I don't know. Zach Johnson, let's get you on try. He looks handy. Former Sunderland, there you go. Wants big money though, I'm guessing. 21 more things to go. Gene Torpy plays everywhere across the front. Former Chelsea. Gene Torpy or Jean Torpy? Let's go Gene. In fact, actually, before I click any more on that, is Mikason still available? Is he still at? It's going to be easy for me to title infield, isn't it? It's going to be much easier for me to title infield. Every time I hear a Lulu song, it makes me want to shout. There we go. See, Mikkelsen's pretty decent. Precious T in with the prime, 8 months. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, Precious T. Very, very kind indeed. I mean, look at the talent there of Mikkelsen. That's a good quality player, isn't it? Putting crosses in. You can see already, he's already got 3 goals in the Conference League this season. 5 goals in 11 games. So he's decent. Kieran Evans, he scored 6 goals this season and he's got 6 assists. He's decent on the other wing. Yeah, I think these players are definitely better than what we've got at Linfield, at Oxford. Sorry, and there's Pat O'Sullivan, who now he's only got 1 goal, so he's not even trying. You know, we could look at maybe who was released. Was there any players that we could have got? I mean, Joel Cooper, 32, he's got a Coleraine, so we can't even get him in. Obviously, we still haven't locked Hewdlin down. We can go back and try and get Hewdlin again. Might not be the worst idea, you know. Yeah, I don't think we've got any other wingers there. Scannell, maybe. Scannell didn't do too badly for us, but was more of a sub. Excuse me. Let's get Scannell in on loan on trial. Actually, have a little look at him. And as I say, remember, we could still look at Hughes if needs be. Torpy, potential League One standard. Johnson, star player from the off the bat. Scannell, fringe player. All right. Okay, so not even good enough. Not even good enough in this division. Zach Johnson, good League 2 player, good Sky, potentially good League 1 player. Right, find the money straight away. How much is he going to cost? Just get him in. £500,000. £500,000's fine, isn't it? Knock it down and you come, Zach. Get yourself in. He can possibly help Kieran Keane develop as well. I know when you've got a 6'8" defender in the squad, your plan is play him, play him. But he's also 18, so he maybe needs to just have a little bit of a little bit more game time. I think a little bit more sort of nurturing. He's not quite ready, I think, for being thrown straight in. Maybe I need to be a little bit more considered with him. Bangura. Tell you what, you can drop us that DLF there, right? Let's put you there. Is Maguire the DM? Mazzala. So Maguire's not a DM, he's a segundo then. Right, let's try this then, okay? Tell you what, I'll put Raspberry. On the right, or shall I put? Let's give Mehmet a run. Go on. No, Raspberry. Strong right foot. Fine. Let's see what we can do. Here we go then. Up against Stevenage. Could be a tricky match, this one. Away from home, they've not won in 3 games, which kind of plays well for us, to be honest. We have won in 3 games. Plan B, and if we can get the ball to Bangura and he can sort of be the player who's going to move, then that might give us a bit more chance for Baily. Stephen is just below us as well, to be honest. Stephen has done well to come back from the National League North. I think they have, yeah. I mean, let's be honest, they're a team with pedigree, aren't they? You know, even in this sort of like league, they're one of the stronger teams we're going to play down here, I think. And the fact we're passing the football around is impressive, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that, chat. Like National League Brazil. Baily Cadamarteri with it. A header. Offside. That's potentially the last highlight we'll see of reasonable attacking football. McDonald puts his foot on it. Roscoe. That's what, just a little bit more. Yeah, play the ball a little bit slower. Long, Appiah. Roscoe. McDonald. I mean, if anyone's just tuning in now, they'll be thinking, God, like, Tony's being outplayed here, isn't it? Raspberry. Long. Maguire. Oh. Oh. There's 88 minutes still to play, but so far, based on this first 2 minutes, I mean, that's terrible goalkeeping, don't get me wrong. That's not bad, is it? That's pretty good performance so far. We've had the football, we're knocking it around, we're making space. Appiah, Forson, Long, Raspberry. Or balls at the top, Raspberry just hits it a little bit too hard. Colville, Appiah, McDonald. Cadamarteri bringing the tiki-taka to the masses of Oxford. I know. Just showing that we can mix it up if we have to, innit? Yeah, we can play football if we really have to. Colville! In the top corner. As the young kids say, top bins. Oh. I'm starting to prove that I know what I'm talking about now, aren't I? This is worrying. This is worrying. As it stands, it moves us back up into 7th, so now we're back in that conversation. But for the first time, Stevenage are on the attack, so we've got to work out, can we defend? Bangura's back there, closing down. That'll do. Let them shoot over the bar. Because this is obviously what I'm going to have to start watching out for now. It's going, right, defensively, are we set up to play like this? We'll never accuse you of knowing what you're talking about. Thank you, Lama. I would hate to think that somebody did. I'm glad you've got my back. So there'll be some scandal somewhere, like, you know, that'll be like, oh yeah, I heard James the other day. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. And I'm glad it won't be you that's saying that, Lama. And I'm glad about that. Maguire, Cadamarteri, Raspberry, Colville, McDonald. That's a good ball, isn't it? I wonder if Cadamarteri's on something other than a poacher. That goes in, and he challenges it. Penalty. Maguire scored 2 and missed 1, I believe, last night. Straight down the middle. Stevenage are essentially playing 8 at the back as we're moving them around quite well. This has been some wonderful football so far. Okay. Bring the ball back quickly as well. Oh, and a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck that we needed. Oof. Because I guess that's the thing, isn't it? When we get to the moments when we can see the goal, what happens then? Does our players' heads drop? Now, remember we had a player called Cheeseman at Bolton last season. Is that the same guy? Do you reckon? Butterfingers, Meathoff, man. I mean, he's not going to be our goalkeeper next season, is he? Really, irrespective of what league we're in, he's probably not going to be our goalkeeper. But for now, can he do the job? Gilbert, lovely bit of skill there. DJ, TJ, how's Oxford so far? Oh, Yeron, you've missed You've missed the Brazil 1970 squad in this first half an hour. We've been insane. I don't understand how they've had 6 shots. We've had 5 with 5 on target, but it's been all Oxford. And then when they've had a chance, we've just about managed to keep them out. Just about. Maybe we push on at this point now, because they are starting to come back in at us. Might need to mix up a couple of more offensive roles. Nicely cleared. But yeah, 3-0 at half time. Certainly can't complain with that. 2 goals from open play, a penalty. They changed their approach, so they're going down 3-0. Yeah. They've got to start attacking now, haven't they? Maguire. Even Scott Chapman, how are you, pal? Muro Dekane, welcome in. Brazil, Oxford, double, yeah. I mean, we're doing double down on the sitting back, lower the tempo, control the game. That's the thing. So what, stays balanced or go cautious? This is where I need game management, isn't it? This is what I need to learn. Long. Cadamarteri, he'd finished those Ireland. He knew he was offside anyway. Push the wide players up to join Cadamarteri. Yeah, we could do actually. We could do. Dominated that game, to be honest. Do we sit with a high defensive line, or should we maybe drop the defensive line a smidge? I think that answers my question. And we're going to bring in some save legends like Soup or DJ. So DJ, I'm kind of hoping, I'm holding the DJ out for Scotland, I think. I want DJ to come to Scotland. Raspberry, ooh. Yeah. Would you hate Progresso? Yeah. The Uruguayan league can do that to you, can't it? It can definitely do that. So in the youngsters to stay out the match, yeah. Well, you know what? I think we've been quite fortunate to see Bangora's on a 6'9", but I think he's probably been part of the reason that we're doing quite well. That extra body in midfield. Oh, not sure how that's gone wide, to be honest, but never mind. I'll tell you what. Let's bring off. A bit complacent. Let's bring Magukan on actually to go into that role. See if he fancies it. Let's try that. I'm not desperate to bring Kieran King in just yet. I might bring him. Yeah, I mean Roscoe's on 6'5" though. 6'4", right? I guess we've not really got much choice then to bring King on. Long's giving the ball away. Oh, hang on. We've just decided to stop for a second. Evening, Mad Scientist. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. I see that your database is now 90% complete. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan. Very excited indeed. Let's move Raspberry up one. And Corbel in there as well. Let's push things on. Oxford's going all right, man. Oxford's going all right. Like, we're just gonna. We've played very, very well in this match. Very well in this match indeed. Like 3-0 in the first half. Excellent football. Dominated the game. Just really, really good to see. We've lost 2 games so far this season out of our first 6. So we've now won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. Both games we lost that have been away from home, so this is our first away win. So this is a huge win for us, to be honest. and it just gives us a bit of confidence, really. So hopefully we can use this as a bit of a platform to build on. We've started playing better football than we were playing before, so that's exciting as well. That's our 6'8", 18-year-old centre half. We're in the Vanarama National League, so league just below League 2. We won the Northern Ireland Premiership with Linfield, so we'll do a quick sort of trophy recap for anyone who's new at the end of this match, just to show you where we're at. And there you go, 3 points. 3 points, 3-0. First half was exceptional, wasn't it? I mean, they had large periods where they were dominating. We were explosive at the start, straight out of the traps. 3 goals in the first half an hour, killed that one off. Moves us up to 9th. We're expected to finish 5th according to the media, 3rd according to the betting. This is where we are in terms of the progress of the save. So as you can see, I need to change that to allow me to do that. Let me change that quickly. That says season 6. Sorry, it should say season 7. Where are we? Can't get the staff these days, can you? It just looks sloppy, you know. So this is where we are then. 7 seasons in. Okay, we've won 5 trophies out of 36. We keep finding trophies as well, which isn't helpful. Let's just update this now. There you go, that says season 7. Okay, there are still, as Lama's saying there, there's still definitely cups to go back to in Northern Ireland. And what's interesting is that some of the cups at the bottom as well, you can only get if you're in the 3rd division. So we will have to maybe go back to Banbridge at some point as well and be like, yes, I remember when we left and we didn't win all those trophies, but hey, we're back now. So that's going to be quite good. Got that to do. We've got 2nd division of Wales to do as well, which has got its 1 promotion spot. That's going to be tough. And then also we've got we've got all of Scotland. You know, so still a lot of the save left. 7 seasons. We're now into season 7. But this is definitely going to be my save for the entirety of FM23. Can't see us going anywhere else. Can't see us. I think if we get this done, I think it goes to the wire, right? But I think my in a way, my sort of cautious expectation was rumours are circulating we're losing the support of the squad. What? Hang on. What's going on here? Yeah, I think that my sort of cautious expectation was 50 seasons for 36 trophies. Now, might be Baily's injured. That's not what we want to hear, is it? 50 seasons is probably sounds about right, but bear in mind that last year at Linfield we won 2 trophies, so automatically we've sort of shortened that time span there. And if we can do that with other clubs, then that's going to help as well. And realistically, last year we should have won 4 last year, if we're being fair. Do we stick with that one? Stick with that system at home to Darlow, or do we go back to 4-4-2 with the pressing forward and defend? I think that looked solid, didn't it? That looked solid. I think we give that a go, and I think we then change if we need to. Zach Johnson's in, which could be a big signing. Look at that. B- centre half, jumping reach of 17, 6'4", 23 years old. Can play right back if needs be as well. Tackling's good, marking's good, positioning's not great to be honest, and the fact he dives into tackles isn't really ideal, but we can move him out for Roscoe, pop him straight in, and hopefully that'll be a debut up against Darlington. Looks like a no-nonsense fullback. Maybe he could be, actually. Do you reckon he could be a fullback? I think his crossing and his dribbling are definitely not brilliant. His work rate is quite low, I think, for a fullback for me, personally. Positioning her off the ball, not great. Technique's not brilliant. Composure's a little bit weak, but I mean, hey, you never know. You never know at this level. Interesting to see how many different clubs you're going to manage on the way. I think we're going to get through quite a lot, Mad. Yeah, I think we'll get through quite a lot. Fitness and stamina. Good point. Good point. Fitness and stamina are very, very good. So he can get up and down. I mean, we can swap him with Sam Long, obviously, who's, again, natural fitness 17. So player trait suggests full pack. Yeah, knock the ball past players does definitely suggest that. So let's keep our eyes on him, shall we? Now, is everyone going to get triggered if I give him the number 3? Or would you prefer him to have the number 17 or like a higher number? Because I know what you lot are like, right? If I give him, like, you know, the number 52, everyone's going to be like, oh, you can't give him number 52, that's stupid. Whereas if I give him number 3, you're like, that's a left back number. You know, it shouldn't be a major issue, really. But number 79, what's the relevance of 79? Let's go with it. If you've got a justification for it, give me a reason. Because I quite like it. Just give him any number. That's 79. Oh yeah, 79 came out. 79. There you go. Just want to mess with the chat. Yeah, auto select. Right, I'll tell you what, let's see what auto select gives him, shall we? Auto select. I'm not going to give him number 79 because we've already clicked on that, right? But some people do kick off. In Holland, 3 would be a centre back, 5 with a left back. There is a thought process there. There is a thought process. Evening, Gavin Brash. How are you, pal? GB's in the house. Welcome in, buddy. So let's give him. Right, he can have number 3. He can have number 3. I'm all good. Richie, just straight into straight. I was tempted to give him 73 because he's come from Sunderland. But we'll give him number 3. We'll give him number 3. He can make his debut against Darlington. How's Tricks guy, GB? Celtic had a right winger under Martin O'Neill wearing number 3. Well, true. Milan Baros used to wear number 5. William Gallas was a famous number 10. Infamous number 10, I think is probably a more apt description. Momo Silla, that's the guy. Boom earlier was an absolute stinker. Oh, really? No, surely not. We've only been on stream for 50 minutes and played one game so far. We were excellent for half an hour, and we were good enough for the rest of the game as well. And we saw the game out 1-3-0. We were 3-0 up after half an hour, and that half an hour's worth of football, we looked really, really good. So it was just like, okay, let's see what we can do here. Top of the league now, 19 points adrift after 1 win in 10, scoring 2 goals. That's a turnaround. That's an absolute turnaround. We're picking up a team that we relegated last season on goal difference. Oh, and here goes McGugan. Oh, McGugan puts it wide. I want him to score so I can download that soundbite. McGugan. McDonald with the corner. Heads away. Corval. McDonald again. Lays it all the way back to Folsom, obviously. Just retain the ball. Thanks to the great entertainment this weekend. So the final outcome for you, GB. Oh, I thought it was going to say for me then. No, it's GB. Giving GB the props. Of course, GB did get to the final of the Super League last night. He beat me on the way. He beat me in the semis. Did a very, very good job against me in the semis, to be honest. Left me crying in a corner. Oh, tiny little bit of luck there. Stupid people in the EPL for a while with new signings had to get their first available number. Schneiderlin was number 2. Bonnie was number 3. So was that a thing? Was it like they had to just have the available number? I guess that makes sense, actually. And yeah, loads of people triggered. Look at this for a counter-attack. Colville, play the right ball. Oh. There were no tears. There were no tears, Gavin. There were no tears. It's all part of creating an act. It was great fun. As we said before, like we've not drafted against each other before, so it's nice to actually sit down and have a bit of a chat. Bangura pulls it back. McGugan, off the line. Thought it was 2 good games, to be honest. Maguire, Raspberry's through. The Renford Raspberry. Pulls it back. Colville. Over the top. Might have to push our wingers up a little bit. Go to the dreaded 4-2-3-1. Although we look like we're getting back into it now. We've moved the tempo up a smidge. Raspberry inside to Forson, who just stands there. Lets the ball bounce off him. Maguire. Raspberry. Dummies it himself. Cuts back in, over the top, and then into the prison. Goal kick launched, headed away nicely. Missed the second header though. Nicely intercepted. Johnson, Maguire, Raspberry. I like how inadvertently we've managed to get a couple of decent Sunderland players over here at Oxford. There is, of course, that old Sunderland-Oxford link-up. Dennis Smith, former Oxford manager, went to manage Sunderland. Malcolm Crosby, I think, as well. Oh, was Malcolm Crosby Oxford? Richie, you'll know the answer to that. I feel like I've just encouraged it at the wrong time. Oh. Maguire's hit a handball as well. Bangura with a diving header away. And McGugan's away. McGugan! Raspberry. Oh, just can't get through. Needs someone called Spinning Bird Kick now as well. Spinning Bird Kick. Score positive. Last 5 minutes of the 10 minutes of the first half. Crosby's caretaker at Oxford. That's right. I knew there was some link up with Crosby and Oxford. I knew there was something there. I didn't think I'd made it up. I think McGugan's offside. McGugan! Oh. I said that, didn't I? I did say. He's miles offside, to be honest. Still very new everything as well. First competitive draft was only in August, says Brash. Just to be involved, as I've been lately, is mind-boggling. Mate, it's all about getting involved. It's just all about having fun, innit? You know, you're doing it the right way. You turn up. You're having fun. You're taking part. You're reacting in the right way. You know, if you win or if you lose. As we said last night, you know, there's winning in the right way and there's losing in the right way, and that's what people in draft competitions need to understand. You know. Oh, Long's been beaten and then just decides to... That's a free kick, surely. Ooh. If I was Darlington, I'd be sat there going, why have we not got a free kick here? I think... And he's on a yellow card as well. I mean, oof. I think we've got away with one there. Definitely. Which leads me to believe we won't get away with one in a little bit. Maybe we have to just drop back a smidge. Drop off a bit more on the line, I think. Darlow sat 4th, we're sat 11th. Free kicks floated in. Off the underside of the bar. Maguire. McDonald thinks about it. No more highlights. Any changes needed? What have we got on the bench? Who can come on and change it? Possibly Kiflin. Maybe. Maybe Wheeler. I think Farquharson for Casey. Some fresh legs on there. Do we go 4-4-2? Do we try and get the win, or do we respect the point? I think we respect the point at this point, don't we? McDonald, spin move. Farquharson, Maguire's tackled. By that I mean robbed. Let's just lower that tempo down a smidge as well. Evening, One Baby T, how are you? Welcome in. Oof. Charge down the shot. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're good too. I think everyone else in the chat's good also, I believe. Nice to see you in again. Kiflin again, heads it away. Third corner in a row. Maybe go attacking. Got to do. Pull them out a bit. Well, then go a bit more direct passing. Ball down the line, Raspberry pulls it back. Penalty ref. Oh. Yeah, on this one's for you. If this goes in, if this is Maguire, his 5th penalty of the season, his 3rd goal, I believe, maybe even his 4th or his 6th, possibly 5 goals this season. Yeah, on. That's all you. That is all you. What about that? Maguire pings it. Bangura. We got, I don't know whether it was me for the call on the direct passing, but it just made sense. I was like, you know what, maybe this is going to make sense. Let's let's not do anything, like let's just ping the ball out, maybe try and stretch the play a bit. The wise man once claimed he was not really feeling Oxford. Seems right to it now. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, Lana. Yeah. And it's funny how this game changes your viewpoint, isn't it? Because an hour ago I was like, you know what? Last night we played some pretty ugly football. Even by my standards, it was ugly football. But you know what? The first 30 minutes of the last match looked really good, and then I just think that okay, we get a long ball down the line, we get ourselves a penalty from a man who probably should have been sent off, given the fact that I think it's Long who pings it down the line, and he's committed a murder at some point. So let's see. Do you have anything to say in response to Danny Searle admitting that Oxford deserved the late winner? I mean, look, I appreciate that. He's a very, very kind man. Here I was looking to respect the point. It was Yaron made the call to go attacking. I was like, right, well, if we're going attacking, then we only have to do one thing, and that's punt the ball. You're not going out on loan just yet, actually. Might give for a couple of wins right now. Win schmins. So that moves us up into 4th now, I believe. 4th. Is that going to make the players happier? They're a bit happy now. 4 players want to leave the club still from last year for being relegated. So that's kind of still hanging around as well. So it's not helping. Play Hartlepool soon. 3 months out for Sam Roscoe. I think it's a physio. He's 30 years old. He's played pretty badly. So if you make losses entertaining or stream, then you and your viewers win regardless. Llama speaks only in truth. You know, everyone here is just, we're here for whatever. Because if you start kicking off about it, then like your viewers start to be like, oh yeah, this is a bit shit, this is a bit rubbish, this is a bit boring, yeah, things aren't going well. Robesy, appreciate the follow, very kind, thank you for that. Whereas if you can laugh it off, you can shake it down, be like, yeah, fine, we've been sacked, yeah, whatever, that's cool, like, let's move on. Then it means when you do get your win, the chatter behind you, and they're like, fucking get in, we've finally done it. Joey Barton admits a lacking respect for Jameson. Well, I mean, we presumed so, right? We presumed so, but we shall see. Dollar Dobson doesn't want to leave Birmingham. There you go, Llama. Dobson stays. So Nuneaton Borough, 13th, I believe, in the league. Lower tempo. Hit the early crosses. I like working the ball in the box. I don't think we've got anyone in there who can get on the end of it. That's the problem. I want to far Q. Thank you. It's incredibly kind of Ezekiel. Players want to stay at Birmingham, you know the game is bugged. I mean, to be fair, we can't pay his £20,000 wages. Also, I don't think he wants to come to the National League. So doesn't matter how many times I talk about Sunderland, tell me he's not bothered. He's just like, no, that'd be great, Gaffer, but you know, this whole non-league thing, it's not really working out for me right now. I was in Trek stream the other day, got the board to give him a month to improve. He's had a 2-month gap between 2 games. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. It's bad enough getting the vote of confidence anyway, because it's a stress. But then if you've got a massive amount of time as well, it's like, oh, come off it, right? So Nuneaton Borough in blue, of course we're in yellow. Second ball meeting in 5 minutes. Oh dear. What was he doing? Like, did they just, are the results just not going his way, or is it like, hey, well that's it, Raspberry, just boot the ball down the wing and be like, oh no, that's for me, isn't it? I think gone winless in 12 for Fiorentina. Long-term injuries. But I mean, you know, here's where we are with the game. It happens. It happens. It happens in real life. It happens in the game. These long stretches without a win. It's just, when you get into a rut, and then you start spiraling. It's just difficult to break that cycle, you know? Launched over the top. Here's Bangura through. Oh, great save by the keeper. What a save that is. It's like nice long pass from the goalkeeper. That's what we like. Not a long ball, a long pass. Ball's in there. Keeper's come for it. Create some concern, some panic. Koval. Oh, and Cadamarteri. Oh, keeper with the save. Don't worry, Rogie. Don't worry at all. Don't you worry your pretty little face about a thing. We're having a nice little time here. We've just chilled ourselves out. We've won our first 2 games. That's the important thing, right? We're starting to get the team playing football now. Made a couple of changes in terms of how we set up. So far, it's worked. It's going to probably go against us this match, but it's one of those things. I'm going to go positive now, actually, and try and push against them because they seem to get a little bit more of the ball here. Even the closey, and how are you, pal? Excuse me while I straight myself off the ceiling. I've won a last day of the season battle. God bless Stenhouse Muir. Excellent. Does that mean that you've won the title, or does that mean that you've avoided relegation? I presume it's a title. Colville. Forsen. Ranging past to Raspberry. I think we move the wingers forward now, don't we? Long over the top, Raspberry. I think we go direct as well. Up the Stenny, Norway Stand Ultras, yep. Rogie's definitely back at the right time. Why is giving the ball away? Oof. Okay, I think we need to slow the ball down, but play more direct. Okay. And I also think that we need to go drop off and also move our players up a smidge. Just to give someone to aim to. Scottish League One title head to head with Wraith Rovers all season. Last day behind on goal difference. Beat Ayr, Wraith lost to Stenny. Perfect. Perfect. Did I have a big lasagna on stream? No, to be honest, I've completely forgotten about my desserts tonight. Sorry, not forgotten, but not actually able to get the desserts on the stream. Mondays are a bit tricky because we've got childcare with my parents come down on Monday to look after the little ones. So by the time I finish work at 6, dinner's then sorted out for the kids, bedtimes and stuff. It's all a bit like last minute. Right, me and Mrs. J can have something to eat. We can chill out for a second. Long balls aren't really working. Let's go a bit shorter passing again, I think. Still in a positive mentality though, but I think maybe again pull back a smidge. They are coming at us though. Hello Dill, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Massive shout by the way to Dill. Chat, we do raid Dill a fair bit. He's got a Build a Nation Philippines save where he's managing as Dynamo Dresden in Germany. And as I say, he's usually on after us on an evening, so make sure you drop him a follow. He's great, really, really great streamer. Really chilled out vibe, good community, really interesting save. So again, do make sure you give him a follow. Save's going pretty well, to be honest. Well, I say that I've just upset everyone by telling them that we're playing well. They're not interested in that. So bit of a concern there. I think we need to look at. I mean, Corville's getting involved, but not getting involved. If that makes sense. Bangura's getting nothing. Like, he just doesn't seem to give us anything at all. We haven't got a second out-and-out striker here. I mean, Raspberry could go there. And then we could put Wheeler as an attacking winger. Was a wide target man, really. Because he's massive. Maybe try and play the balls out that way to him. Might be an idea, possibly. But then focus to play down that right hand side as well. See if that works. Oh, here's Raspberry. Turns a little bit. Let's change the pressing forward and defend, which I quite like. But yeah, how's the save going though, Dylan? I think we raided into you about a week ago, maybe, or something. But it's always cool to have you in. Casey's having a dreadful game, so let's get him off. Farquharson. Maguire's not doing brilliant either, mind. So maybe it's time for Kiffin. Forson misses out. Welby comes forward. In fact, they're going to hit us on the break. Good block. Really good block. Right, attacking, long balls. See if long balls can do us long with the ball there. I mean, if they're going to sit deep, actually, they look they're quite high, don't they? Let's ball to the top. Oof. Come on, boys, we can do a little better than this, right? Turn that tempo up. Let's hit early crosses in as well. Let's stretch the play a bit more. It might be a respect the point style job, but keeps us in the playoff mix if we can still get a point. Let's say that. There's a throw in for Nuneaton Borough. And it's fallen. To Hurst, who's hit it over the top there. Dill, second run of the Southeast Asian tournament. Thailand are just too good for us. Hope we can upset them at some point. That's cool, man. That's cool. Like, genuinely, I love the idea of the save. We did, I think I mentioned it, we did Indonesia last year. I loved it. It was so much fun. Never managed there before. But yeah, Asia's definitely got a lot of like fun stuff to do. So I think we might head there at some point again. Not this year. This year's all British Steel Challenge. As we get the point. So first time tonight, get the respect the points out. Upset them. Everyone was saying they were playing well. Upset them when they said you need to do better. Great. It's gonna be one of those, isn't it? I'll take that though. It's another 0-0. Which means it's 3 games in a row without conceding a goal, so that's also worth knowing. Look, I know Raspberry's not playing as an advanced forward because he's not one. Stephen McGuinness wants to leave Crewe United. It's not going to be anything for us to consider at this point. I'm going to change Raspberry then, because despite the fact he's on a 7, let's put Mehmet there. Actually, no, you know what? No, he's playing well. He's staying there. Let's not be bullied into this, right? Let's maybe. He's a poacher, isn't he? He's an absolute poacher. Is Cadamarteri, but he's not banging the goals in just yet. Gene Torpy, what are we thinking? League One standard, potential, susceptible to injuries, needs to work on becoming more consistent. Scannell, we think, is probably not good enough. Doesn't put his foot in. Doesn't put his foot in, but can be a little bit too competitive, which gets him booked. Yeah, I mean that makes complete sense, right? Makes complete sense. I don't tackle, but when I do, I will break your fucking legs. That's how it's gonna be, right? Joey Walter and then Ganch, who plays for Mansfield. I think I like this. 6'2", Australian. Where have you come from, Joey Walter? You've literally been at Mansfield all your life. Runs with the ball to the centre, switches the ball to wide areas. We've got to shortlist him. Surely. These are some of the near misses, I think. 34. A bit too old, but he looks like a hell of a player. Daniel Edwards, 16 for finishing. Poacher, natural fitness of 5. Dies during the warm-up, can only train. Yeah. That's why he's an enganche, because he just stands there. Just like the ball comes to him and then he'll play it out wide and they'll be like, yeah, could have done something. Danny Edge, he was incredible against us. Johnny Edge, sorry. He was incredible against us. He really played well. Likes to round the keeper, runs with the ball often. Finishing of 9. He scored 2 against us though, so I'd maybe consider he has better finishing than 9. Played a few minutes than Ledley King during his twilight. Imagine that as you're walking off into the sunset of your career and you look down and you're like, what did I achieve? You're like, no, you actually played less than Ledley King. Buster Dodds. Sounds like a Dave Goodger. Evening, Franco, how are you? Challenge is going pretty well, I think. Pretty well. Tony's going to have had lads like this. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, just laid out on the floor. Priestley Prudhoe. Look at Priestley Prudhoe, 5'4". Brennan Aisthorpe. Buster wanted him, get him signed. I mean, he plays all over the place, doesn't he? Apparently. Sounds like a boxer. Or like a film from the talkies. Film star. Ah, Buster, eh? Ah. I still want to see McGuckin get some goals. McGuckin! K-Roy, Fillaroa, Gabry? Surely not. I mean, it isn't, obviously, is it? It's out this from Almira. He won't come to non-league, I'm guessing. For 0 cash. Any comedy coming up? No, not yet, Llama. I must admit, I don't know. I don't know where I feel I fit, to be honest, with comedy at the minute. We spoke about maybe like another Football Manager show, but that's going to require a lot of planning to get that one sorted out because of just various things. It normally takes about sort of 2 years or something to get a tour planned together, because obviously I'm going to need to write it and then we'll have to book it in advance with the venues and stuff. So theoretically, if I'm going to do it, I should start thinking about it now. I'm going to sneeze, so 2 seconds. So I don't know. Maybe, like, part of me thinks that the Football Manager show story obviously still isn't told. Like, we've got a couple of new avenues to talk about now with things like streaming and stuff. Things like Oddball Club we can talk about. The Athletic, loads of different bits and pieces. I mean, Billy Phillips is supposed to possibly move up into the first team as well. Hello, FM Rover, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. That's very kind. FM ruined tour 2. FM ruined tour 2 tour. Sounds like a Nottingham, but 3 times a week. I mean, yeah, it'll be good, and I'll enjoy doing it. But it's just that putting it together and trying to work out what is, like, how do we tell that story? You know, how do we make it as good as we can? And like, it's doable. It is doable. But it's just a matter of, like, as I say, making sure that the story we tell is the right story and making it funny. And there's now bigger expectation on it being good than there was before. So I've got that to consider at the same time. So there's now like a bigger pressure for it. And whereas before, I just sort of flew under the radar and nobody knew who I was. They're like, oh, who's this guy doing this show about Football Manager? And yes, there's a pressure for it to be good because of what it's called. But now, because of the fact that we've done a show called about Football Manager and people came to see it and people know that it was a thing, if I come back with a second one, they're going to be going, all right, yeah, what's happening now? Like, this must be, you know, why is he back? Is it, you know, what is there to say? And yeah, I just think it just makes things, I don't know, there's a lot more pressure with it, and not that I'm against that. Of course, I'm not against pressure at all, but I think I've just got to make sure that the decision's right, because it will be quite embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, quite embarrassing if I went and put a whole load of dates on, and it didn't sell, or if we tried to put the show on and nobody wanted it. That would also be quite embarrassing. So yeah, we need to kind of try and weigh it up and work out what can we do and how can we do it. Can we do it? You know, and if we can, great. And then how do we get it working? That's the big thing. But as with everything, never say never. Yeah, never say never. Be a huge success second time round. People have never heard of the game, whereas this time people have heard of you. It'll be a roaring success. Yeah, probably. I mean, I say probably. I jumped a little bit too quick at that, didn't I? Yeah, probably. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. But no, yeah. There's certainly. I've got more. I've got more of a following now, I guess. Like, I'm more known now. You're right. But also because of that, there's now more pressure again, and like even things like the FMT show was really interesting because I went on stage and I was like, I think people are going to expect me to be funny here, and it was a really bizarre thing to then sort of be going, oh, you know what? It's a podcast show. Like, we don't have to be funny, and if we are funny, great, and if we're not, we're not. But I genuinely, on the morning, I was like, what if people don't find me funny? And then I was like, oh, well, you know, like if they don't, they don't. But it was a weird moment, very weird moment. So, but you're right. TJ eats pressure for breakfast, along with 6 egg whites in a piece of wholemeal toast, some porridge, 3 rashers of turkey bacon, and a protein shake. I have a big breakfast. It's all those things. All those things are involved. I'm not ashamed to admit, I thought you said pancakes at first. I do love pancakes as well. Big fan of pancakes, blueberries, yogurt, bit of honey over the top of it. Or bacon and maple syrup. I'll have that as well. Pancakes or crepes? Pancakes. Proper saddlebags, if I can get them. Saddlebags, but give me pancakes. I need carbs. Carbs, please. Crepes are just pancakes that are ashamed of themselves. Evening, Reese. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Chicken, waffles, maple syrup, sensational combination. Oh, 100%. We've got a chicken and waffles place in York, actually. It's not bad. It's not bad. We ate there pre-COVID, so back in the day when life was different, you know. How's the save going? Save's going good, I think. Yeah, we're all right. We've just tried to like sort of switch a couple of things up in terms of our tactic. and in terms of what we can try and do with the team. So it's sort of worked the last few matches. Hopefully we can push on a bit more and see where we go. So I'm expecting a bit more from us, to be honest, as we push on. Place like that in Manchester, it's quite nice, similar stuff. Love going there. Yeah, Manchester's got loads of cool places like that though. So there's always those sorts of little handy pop-ups that are right. So we are now home to Hartlepool, the famous Hartlepool. Evening, CM 97-98. How are you, Mr. Black? Congratulations on the birth of your second one. I'll give you a shout out. I'm not sure if you are streaming or not at any point at the minute. I know you did some YouTube stuff, but do follow Dave Black over on Twitter at CM9798. Man who wrote a blog about CM9798. He's done a book. He's done there was an online tournament as well, which is pretty good. Rafes, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, he's also just become a dad of 2. So a dad for the second time, I suppose, is probably a different way of looking at it. So he was all sat there, nice and comfortable, having a lovely time with just one kid, and then now all of a sudden, now he has 2. Ha ha ha! Now he's in the same world of pain that I'm in. Colville's down injured. He's just heard the words as well. I can make a change there. The ball, the header at the back post. Save's going well, thank you. Save is going very, very well. We're well, hello little one. Welcome to the first stream. I'm your Uncle Tony, and I'm sorry if I say some swears. Right. But yeah, save's going good. Thank you, Race. We are doing British Steel, which means we have to try and attempt to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Raspberry goes close. Yeah, we'll try and win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. And we've won 5 trophies so far out of the 36. We're now currently managing Oxford in the Panorama National, having just won the Northern Irish Premier League division with Linfield and one of their cup competitions. We did the double. Technically, we should be playing Champions League qualifiers right now, but we decided to leave. It's all about winning the cups, and Europe doesn't count. So I figured we had to leave. Rogie comes on for the injured Vaughan Colville. Nice header back by Long. Meathoff thinks a long time about it. It's me, I'm on the pitch, I'm in the chat, leading everything, Rogie. Absolutely everything. Maguire. Do we have to make Baily press the goalkeeper a bit more? Because he sort of doesn't seem to have... I know he didn't have explosive pace in Northern Ireland, but he's really been shown up for it in this division, isn't he? Oh, how have you missed that? How have you missed that? Actually, we've already got the prevent goalkeeper distribution on. Or do we make him maybe more of a pressing forward or an advance forward? Possibly. Bangura comes deep, collects, drives on, keeps going, pulls it back to nobody. Dreadful. Right, let's make Cadamarteri a pressing forward then. Okay. On attack. Straight in the face. There's Cadamarteri back defending, not being that pressing forward we're hoping for. Or the poacher. He is up against 3 centre-backs and a half-back, so he's maybe going to get slightly crowded out. So I don't know whether we go 4-4-2. Get Bangura up there to give him something to actually play off, so he's not lost on his own. That might help. We've not hit the target yet, that's the problem. Let's go positive as well, actually. Dial it up a bit. over the top. Cadamarteri still not chasing it down. Draw sees us slip out of the playoffs at this point as well. It's very, very early in the season to be worrying about that. Rogue with a little touch. Long. Maguire deflects up over the top. Corner kick. Heads away. There's Long again. McDonald back inside Rogie. Maguire, what on earth was that? What was that? Do we move our midfielders up a smidge now as well? I think we might need to. Take these DMs up, even in the middle of the park. Then move our forward and move our wingers up. Pennant dispossessors, actually. Oof. Difficult to focus when I'm playing with phone glued to the hand. Hey, you've got a lot. You've got a lot going on today, Rogie. Don't worry. I'm aware of that. So I'm not judging you at this point. Let's move you up a smidge more. Maguire. Oh! It's Cadamarteri with a header. There we go. The boy gets his goal. What's a header? Let's cancel that. Change of tactic as well there then. Raspberry. Forson. Back to Raspberry. Blocked out. Maguire. Rogie with the ball through. Bangura with the header. Rogie with a delightful pass over the top there. That's fine. Got it over the top. Let's just drop back to that there now. Is that 15 minutes left now? Casey, Cadamarteri, Maguire. Has a shot from distance. Oof. Watching this stream, I've just signed Cadamarteri for a free on an £1,800 contract. Yes, Nige. Yes, Nige. Winfield continue. I should say as well, by the way, that Nige has started taking over the Winfield save. Because I did say I was going to put it in the Discord. So if you want to continue with it, it is now in the Discord in the live stream part of the chat. So get yourselves involved. You can go and take over the Winfield legacy. Also as well, if you sub on Twitch or Prime, link that to Discord, and then I've put a new sub-only chat in Discord as well, so you can have your own little private area, so it gives you something a little bit more than everyone else gets. Rogie with the ball in, Cadamarteri with the header. Good effort. Headed away, here comes Bangura. Raspberry. The Renford Raspberry charges forward. 3 more points. Look at that llama. Things are looking up now. From before, it was all doom and gloom. I was just like, oh, I don't really fancy Oxford. Like, oh, if we get sacked, whatever. That was after 4 games. And I'm now like, I think we fixed this. Things are looking better now. Like, I'm not saying that it's fixed, but I'm saying that we're definitely, making improvements. Managerial masterclass. Don't you be silly. I know we spoke about this on the Super League, trying to sort of play down this whole, like, TJ doesn't know what he's doing narrative. But still, there's definitely there's some element of luck here, right? There's some element of luck. There's some element of planning. Don't get me wrong. And I do like the fact that we've reverted back to something that worked when we were at Banbridge. I love the fact that defensively we're looking pretty strong. Granted, the fact that some of that is coming with huge slices of luck, by the way, my ad. Huge slices of luck. It's not all top class defending. Sometimes it's bad finishing. Or keeper makes a save and somehow we get it cleared off the line. But that's a fair point. That's a fair point, Dave. The more you practice, the luckier you get. Yeah. You decide to revert to shithousery and kept 4 clean sheets. Sounds like a masterclass to me. I guess when you put it like that, Llama, I'll agree with you. Non-league football is always a bit of luck, says I guess so. Yeah. It's because I suppose really you've got that you're unsure, aren't you? You've got players who are not quite good enough. Before I post a clip of something in the Discord, can you check what my namesake's dribbling is? Absolutely. Your namesake's dribbling is 13. 13. Maybe the tour shouldn't be comedy, but TJ saves your save. Hey, imagine that. The Tony Jameson Tactics Roadshow. Move out of the way, RDF Tactics. You're just called RDF now. Just left Sunderland after 3 years and dropped down from the Premier League to Kaiserslautern. Yes. Oh, 33. That save sounds perfect. You've done Sunderland. You've done Kaiserslautern. Like, what else? What else is there in that world to do now? Nothing. I played some more of my Sunderland save today, actually. I forgot how much I liked it. Martin Richards is being played out of position at Dorchester. That's fine. Leave him be. It's all right. Die rotten Tufel. If we could get a gig at Kaiserslautern, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Also, Rogi, do you feel a little bit disappointed that Kaiserslautern are in Division 2? Because now it means that like a rebuild with them just isn't quite as fun now. If that makes sense. Popped a Rocket League clip in Discord that hopefully justifies the 13. Let's see, this is definitely something I'm going to fully understand, isn't it? Live shot from training. Oh yeah. Right, okay, here we go. I'm just watching Rogi's clip here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect, Rogi. That's definitely it. Definitely it. I'm going to sneeze again, sorry, excuse me 2 seconds. Very close to booking a holiday to the Kaiserslautern area. Oh. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Oh, Barton's getting close to getting a new gen. Okay. This could be interesting. I mean, if they stay up, they stay up, and it's great if they do, because we need them to go back into the Bundesliga at some point. And even if Bundesliga 2 is fun, but we all know that it's a bit more fun when you've got to go through all the divisions. Yeah. Like Sunderland in the Championship is fun, but Sunderland in League 1 is a bit more fun because it's really not fun. It's horrible. It's so horrible. Like, there's just no fun to be had. But that's what makes it fun, I think. I've just about justified my existence. I think. Not my kind of fun. I know, Richie, but you kind of get what I mean, right? Like, it's a bit more grim. It's gritty. It's hard work. Makes you feel like you've earned something. Then you and Sunderland is like an abusive relationship. Yeah, if you've lived it, JM, you've lived it. You know, it's one of those things. Big shout out, of course, for JM, by the way. He was doing a food-based journeyman save, so that's why Sheffield Wednesday was fun. Exactly. And it was an experience. So, were you in last night? You were in last night, weren't you, Richie, when we were talking about if Sunderland go up, like, then what? Like, is it, like, you know, would that be sort of like, would you be like, yeah, cool, right there you are, like, we're back in the Premier League. Are you happy with that? Or would you prefer the Championship? You can be honest. Kaiserslautern is definitely the German football drama queen. Only Schalke can compete. Again, maybe I'm just drawn to these teams that just like... I'm just drawn to these teams. Championship is a lot of fun. The link, Nige, because you're in the Discord, the link is in the gaming section of the Discord. So we're up against Wrexham. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's boys. They're still at the club as well. They're still in charge. They haven't sold up on this save yet. Oxford come to town to take on Hollywood FC. They've got Deli Bashiru from Sheffield Wednesday. We've got Baily Cadamarteri from Sheffield Wednesday. Do we want to be counter-pressing, or do we want to sit back, do you reckon, at this point? Oof. There's the first goal we've conceded in 4 games, so that's one of those things then. Right. Driving to an in-person work thing tomorrow, and I'm giving a colleague a lift. Kind of gutted some of the FM podcasts I was going to catch up on. You need to catch up on FMT as well, because that's going to come out tomorrow. And having already listened to it via Patreon, I think it's a nice one. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, of course, but I think you'll enjoy it. Masterclass my arse, TJ out. Yeah, exactly. That. I think you're right. I think you're right, Llama. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Cadamarteri heads it over the bar. The Athletic podcast is good as well, yeah. Loads of Athletic podcasts are good. Oh, what, the Football Manager show, you mean? Bangura! There you go. The Football Manager show has a link there. Get that one out. Get it in your ears. Donald in the corner. Gets his head up. Oh, I thought he'd been fouled there. And I was like, surely not another penalty. We've not even played 10 minutes. We're already a goal down. And we've created a few chances to give ourselves a potential to get back into it. Coming live into your ears. Yeah. Ears, brains, and souls. That's where we like to live. I do. I think the FM version of Stars in Their Eyes could work. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Kennedy Barasholu. Could be. I guess kind of we did something relatively, or at least we attempted something relatively similar with FMT, with Matt, and it was sort of one of the things that broke him was Paul Mullin makes it 2-0. It's on the ball over the top, isn't it? We've got high. See, the thing is, we've dropped a little bit, so it's not like he's got loads of space to run into. We've got a high line, we drop off more. Or standard line, sorry, we drop off more. Bangura over the top. 2-0's a bit of a precarious position as well, because we, as I say, haven't gone 4 games without conceding. Now we conceded 2 goals. Now it's like, right, what do we do? Do we panic? Do we change things up quickly? They're playing a similar formation that we're playing. We've got an enganche rather than a shadow striker. Sorry, an enganche, I should say, sorry. Rather than shadow striker. Long Cadamarteri heads it over the bar again. So even though we're unbalanced, we're still getting the ball forward. So move to positive. Get the ball, do early crosses, and then move to standard passing or slightly shorter passing. I think it is. That's a Raspberry. Good ball in. There's Cadamarteri. He's got to finish that. Oh. What a ball that was. What a ball in. Over the top again, Casey. I mean, we're starting to come back into it. We are starting to get better. Do we push some players up? That's all I'm wondering. Because we're sort of... So let's do that and let's put low crosses on. Start as we finished. Bangora's on a 6-4. He's still not doing it, is he? And we also know as well that Sunderland are going to call Raspberry back at some point, so we're not playing with him advanced forward, despite the fact he's playing out wide and playing well. We weren't able to get him without agreeing to the advanced forward. Cadamarteri hits the post. This isn't what the Chicago Bulls legacy would have allowed. Not at all, George. Not at all. This isn't even the last dance. This is like the sort of the... This is when we're just getting used to dancing, I think. Meetoff launches it. No one's there. But this new boss seems to be a smart cookie. I mean, in what sense, Jay? Last dance, more like Last Tango in Halifax. Yeah. More like third dance at a wedding. I mean, how come Wrexham is still non-league? Money can't buy success, I think is the answer. That's the thing, isn't it? It's just not worked. Clueless owners is bad for a team. There you go. Yeah, I mean, Rogi's gone a bit more down the line than I have. Money can't buy you happiness. Yeah, it can't buy. I think there's many things money can't buy you. But at this point, for Hollywood FC in this game, promotion to the Football League isn't one of those things. Magookin, they still have a director of football operations. I think that we'll have a look. We'll have a look at the end of this game. Money can't buy success amidst the boss that spent £500,000 on a non-league player. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is. In certain situations, it can work to your advantage. Okay. We spent £500,000, George, to to get a guy in at Linfield just to get us over the line. It was worth it. It was part of our $1 Million Man ending. Evening, Adzerks. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. I don't think we can get anything out of this. I think this is us done. So this will be defeat number 3 this season, which isn't too bad, given the fact there's like 86 games or something in the league. 46 I think it is. Rogie getting in, nice. Maguire! What a strike that is. What a goal. Liderus, hi from Serbia, bro, you look like Graham Potter. That's fair enough, okay. That's cool, I'll take that. What a strike that is for Maguire though. Pick that one out. Feel free to clip that if you want. What a strike. It's all come from Rogie getting involved and getting the tackle in. Rogie doesn't get the tackle in, Maguire hasn't got the chance to hit it. And boy, he hit it. Right. We've probably not got the time to get the next highlight, have we? Yeah, it's not going to be. It's gone down the line. It's going to be for them. Unless we can move it quickly. Nope. Not going to be the way, is it? 2-1. Fair enough. At least we gave it a bit in the second half. 2-0 down was a bit difficult at half time, but we're still in the playoff mix. So that's fine. 2 goals from Mullen early doors. But great effort from Maguire though, to be honest. Excellent strike. And to be fair, we shut them out after that. Did we shut them out, or did they just sort of not really put stuff on? You're right, yeah, Cadamarteri hit the woodwork a couple of times as well, actually. Yeah, we could have got a point. Yeah. And a point would have been a fair result, I think. We'd have been happy with a point. I think from 2-0 down, as quick as it was, to get to the point where we sort of go, actually, we're not out of this game per se. At the end of the match, then it's like, yeah, I'll take that. This season's going to be about those sorts of games. We're going to have some matches where we're doing well. There's going to be some matches where we're going to struggle a little bit. Pleased enough, I guess. What's that? Stable, probably for the views. Yeah, reach the playoffs. Happy enough, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we can get some get something out of it. He seems right. 27 though. A bit older than what we want. Also, we have to remember that we've got not like necessarily like an objective, but the club want us to sign players who are 23, 24 as well, so no older than 24. So we're even kind of trying to get players in and think, oh, let's bring a bit of experience in to sort of bolster the squad. We can bring 1 or 2, but we can't bring lots in, which of course is good in a sense, because it means that I can't go shopping and go like, oh, let's bring a bunch of 36-year-olds in, which is the sort of thing I would tend to do. We've got Ebbsfleet on Margate in the 4th qualifying round. So the FA Cup. So that's not a bad draw, I think. I'll certainly take that. There's worse draws, isn't there? Margate. What a weekend away that'll be. Has race stack developed at all? Let's have a look. Where's racetrack? He has developed so much that he has left. He's left the game and retired, I think. Let's have a look. We'll go back through this. Then if we can't see him here, we'll go to the released section. Released players. Hilton, nobody. Lee Burge. Strack. Can't see him. Is he still in there, is he? Oh, there we go. Well done. Well done, Hobbsy. That'll be it. That'll be it. Good work. Puns. Remember when we said we'll put that channel point redemption on Rogie for player lookups? Let's do that again. Yeah. Good work. Good work, Hobbsy. You can have that one. Right, Bangora's injured. That's not going to be the worst thing. Rogie. Fancy being Shadow Striker? I think you can do it. I bid 2,000 points to see if Sean Dyche's lad is still in the save. He's definitely real. He was just released from that Northampton side. I think I've just seen. Isn't he Sam Dyche or something? Max Dyche, that's him. Yeah, at Maidstone, 6'2", 25. Shadow Rogie. He's definitely someone we can potentially look at. I mean, what if this turns out to be a tactical masterstroke and Rogie is the perfect shadow striker? We'd all be happy with that, wouldn't we? How many games of all do you think before Raspberry gets recalled? I reckon 3 more matches, and the Sunderland boss comes kicking off again. So home to Oldham. Oldham, of course, still not back in the Football League. Challenged by Raspberry. Going the style, classic 4-4-2 Oldham as well, which I like that. A lot of respect for it. Forcing. Long. Raspberry Maguire. Back inside Rogie. To Baily Cadamarteri. Oh, we've got Colwyn Bay. Nice, Lelosian. That's perfect. Just relegated from Cymru Premier. I think we looked at Colwyn Bay, but they never sacked their manager, sadly. We wanted that, but it just didn't happen. What a ball that was by Rogie. Into Cadamarteri. How he's put it wide, I've got no idea. Great tackle, but ball still bobbled out to Oldham. And they nearly score. Not sure there. Bit of a let off. Heads away. Koval. Johnson. Step down from Elgin, I have to say. But I think that's the whole thing with this challenge, all the closing. You've got to remember that you are going to have to keep stepping down and then stepping up, and it's a weird one for your ego. You got to try and, like, Oxford is a step down from Linfield, you would say. If you've got Champions League qualifier, Rowie with the free kick. Champions League qualifiers with Linfield or National League with Oxford. It's weird, isn't it? We're going to go attacking at this point now as well. See if we're going to run on the yellow card. A few older players on yellow cards. I have to go 4-4-2 actually. Which I bet the views are getting easier though. Yeah, I think once you've started to get a few things under your belt, then they do get a little bit easier, don't they? Evening Rada, how are you, pal? Welcome in. I hope you're good. It's 4-4-2 it. Baily Cadamarteri, Raspberry. Stanley's gone down. The foul. Ooh, he's already on the yellow card, but they've let him off. Except if he kept resigning. That does slightly lower your ever so slightly lower your rep. But I guess sometimes you've got no real option other than just like, well, that's all we can do, you know. Might as well just do it, get it done. If you resign from Linfield, then you can get a job in the National League, yeah. Otherwise, you ain't getting a job if you're a league champion. The clubs can't afford your release fee. Release clause, sorry, compensation is the word, isn't it? So sometimes you have to make informed decisions. He's got to go for that, surely. Red card, absolutely. Maguire can be in a place as well. And then we've got to make this extra man count. 0-0 at home to 10-man Oldham. 20 minutes to go. Forces on the ball. Oh, you got Meatoff, have you? Where's Meatoff in your game, rather? Oh, what pass that is. Kickers through. Cadamarteri, just let it go. Offside, apparently. Oh, from Wrexham League 2. Okay. Put Long on. Bring back on attack. Gotta get that ball forward, surely. This is gonna be depressing if we can't win this. In fact, now we're pushing on. I bet we concede. Lacking that killer edge, aren't we? 6 attempts on goal, 4 from Oldham. Ball's in McGuckin. Goes to the header. Offside though. That's it. 0-0 against 10-man Oldham Athletic at home. It's not a great result, is it? Corbell's out for 6 weeks, so that's going to be another injury to think about. We're sort of lacking a little bit of like a little bit of width anyway. And now we've got another player out. Could be concerning. Maybe it allows Mehmet back in. What? Do we give Mehmet the chance to try and not keep shooting the ball miles over the bar? Come on, Mehmet. Just try. Just see what you can do. We're away to York next. Maybe Rafferty. He's not good enough really, is he? Under 18s. Chatfield. Looks reasonable, but he's kind of got stamina's 5. Technique's good. Decision making's good. Flair's good. He's only 16 though. Don't feel like we can just chuck him in straight away. Feel like he might need a little bit more nurturing before we throw him in. We've also got the big lads as well. Like McGuckin's playing out of position. Yes, we know. Players like Aidan Elliott-Wheeler are wingers, 6'5", crossing, dribbling, acceleration. That's kind of all you need, really. Decision making, 12. I guess they get a goal, maybe. I like the fact that Raspberry's on a 7. Like, he's genuinely played himself into contention in that position. But we know that his parent club are going to kick off and they're going to want him brought back at some point. He's got the reserves and he's not good enough. Evening, Hella. How are you? Not seen you for a while. Hope you're well. How's life treating you? Potentially Happy New Year, actually. It might even be as long as Happy New Year. Should have said Happy New Year, Dave Black. Braintree one, Jean Torpy. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm not convinced. 9 for decision making, 7 for concentration, 8 for anticipation. It's not quite good enough at that point at this moment in time, is it? Elise. Well, he could develop at some point. Corey Dorwood, Zachary White. Ethan Williams, 22, 6 foot, 14 for dribbling, 12 for acceleration, 16 determination, only 8 for passing though. Decent player. That Riley Towler on the shortlist did bits for me in my Killie save. Riley Towler, you say? This lad here. Let's see what we've got, shall we? .26, 6'2". He's got a bit of everything, hasn't he? He's got a bit of everything. Is he a centre back then? Is he Rogie, or would you play him elsewhere? You could literally play him anywhere, couldn't you? He's sort of got the attributes to play everywhere. Play the middle of the defence, he's good all rounder. Yeah. Yeah, he's better than Casey, isn't he? We thought Casey was good. Casey's slightly better technically though. Technicals are slightly better, better heading, better tackling, only just. Better long shots. Mentals are slightly better for Towler though. Although Casey's very, very, very brave. Can just compare him to Zach Johnson now. There's not a lot there, is there? Evening, Bertie. How are you, boy? Hope you're good. Welcome in. Welcome in. Do yourself a favour, everyone, by the way. Drop Bertie a follow. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. You'll love being in his company, so go and hang out with him. And he's in the game as well. It's very fun. Gaffer, when am I signing you? Look, you need to be your wage demands need to come down. That's what they do. Let's have a look and see where you're at, because we're in your league now. Okay. See if you're still there. See if you're still at Barnet. Okay. Hopefully you've not moved off. There you are. 230 quid a week. What are they wanting for you? 9 grand? 9 grand, Heller in with 3 months on the prime. Now we're talking. Head of sports science. Right, there you go. Get yourself in there, Bertie, okay? Have we got... Right, we've already got a sports science head. Harry Routledge, who we're probably going to sack now to get you in. You've got less sports science. I can do physio. I'm crap at sports science. Okay. Let's have a look at physio for you then. Andy Caton. Andy Caton's crap at physio, actually. Let's do that then. But you're currently head of sports science. Would you rather be a physio? I mean, I know it's better, but look, I'm literally talking to you right now, and you're saying you'd rather be a physio. Right, you've changed your mind. You've changed your mind. So, right, when it comes back round, Bertie, we'll get you back in, and you can be a sports scientist, okay? But or a physio. But I was happy for you to be either. But you're like, nah, I'm not bothered. Constantine still isn't happy about Raspberry. We'll get you in. We'll get you in at some point, Bertie. Don't you worry about that. It's good to know we can get you though. But we're just trying to sort of make things happen at Oxford now. So going to be an interesting one against York. We could potentially drop an extra DM in if needs be. We don't have beyond the starting 11. We've not got much depth, have we? Players who are ineligible, players who are injured, players who are needing fitness tests, players on international duty of all things. You know. Just literally battling through with what we've got. Right. Rogie, you're playing Shadow Striker again, mate. You're going to make that position yours at this point, I think. How did Indonesia see it end? So Indonesia... Rogie straight in. I mean, in a sense, Rogie's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah, we didn't get to the point where we were building a nation, did we? We won the league, and we won the Asian Conference Cup, and we were about to play the first season in the Asian Champions League, but we sort of agreed, like, oh, let's go and do a South American journeyman, and that didn't really work out. I think we got bored pretty quickly of that. Went to Uruguay, didn't really. It was fun for the first season. With one, like in the Uruguayan second division, you only got to play 12 games to get promoted. If you don't make it into the promotion group, then you've got to play the full season. But if you get promoted, you've then got a 3-month pre-season as well. So that was a bit dull on stream. And then when we got promoted, it was like so difficult in the Uruguayan first division. So did we go to Argentina? I think we tried to go to Argentina maybe. Cadamarteri. Was it Brazil? Did we get to Brazil? I think we were trying to go there, weren't we? It never happened. And then that might have been Argentina. And I think I was like, we'll try and do like a sort of 4-4-2 shithouse, and it never really took off, did it? And then we sort of like sacked it off. And then we did a stream where we managed in Italy for a little bit because we killed a wasp. That didn't really take off because we got sacked there. And then we went and just did an English one where we started unemployed and went from Vanarama. So I think we had 4 seasons at Brackley, just missing out on the playoffs 3 times out of 4. No, sorry, twice out of 4 times. The third time we got into the semi-finals of the playoffs. Missed out. Got the York job. Got promoted with York at the first time of asking from the Vanarama North. Won the Vanarama National, or got promoted again via the playoffs. The Vanarama National. Got the Bolton job, who were in League 2, moved to League. So when we were promoted into League 2, we got the Bolton job, and then the players started bitching about us behind our back. So we left Bolton for Norwich and ended up destroying the championship. And we were recruited really well for the Premier League. But then FM23 came out, so I don't think we played a Premier League game with Norwich. But we were there for a couple of seasons. Adam Ida was scoring goals all over the place, and we ended up signing players like Bagiri, is it? Someone else who was like one of those like FM, like not wonder kids, but like sort of staples in the sales. purchasers there. Oh, Rogie with an effort there. I'll try and dig it out. I'll try and dig the save out. Actually, I know it's on FM23, but I'll try and dig it out and pop it in the Discord so people can have a little look at it. But the squad looked pretty good when we were going up. But Adam Ida was just insanely good. Scoring goals left, right and centre for us. I know he's done the same for RDF this season as well. He's a great player on the game. Oh, good effort. Well blocked though. Oh, now we're on here against York so far. York all the way down 11th here. Oxford still up to 7th. Let's see if we can just move this ball around nicely. So what do you do? Just keep the possession slow. Radix Daniel, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Raspberry Cadamarteri heads over the top. Richie's currently at Brackley Town on my journeyman with a level 10 database. Nice. Who did you start at, Richie? I did the level 10 a few years ago. I started as Washington. Nicely knocked down. Raspberry straight at the keeper. Offside. Amos off the post. Cleared away his Mehmet. Oh, we got McDonald's at 6-8. Johnson's got a booking. He's currently 7-7. Raspberry's on a 6-7. Mehmet. Johnson, Maguire. Long. Rogie thought about trying to challenge for a header. Didn't quite get up there. Rogie's won it back. Raspberry. Oh, what a strike. That's what we're talking about. Get that one clipped as well. Raspberry with an absolute banger. Oh, keeper's getting nowhere near that. Nostal Miners Welfare, somewhere in Wakefield. Tried for Horden, but Stuart Downing got it. Really? Interesting. Very few people in the chat will know where Horden is, Richie, but I'm on board for that. Maguire gives the ball away. 2-0 up against York. Oh! Johnson's getting a red card for that. It looked like he slipped over. It looked like he slipped, right? I don't think it was meant to be a foul, but I don't know if can't work out if he's got a straight red or a second yellow as well. So I'll have to work that out. I'm going to bring Cadamarteri off. I'm going to bring a big tall striker on. He can just be a DLF and just hold the ball up, to be honest. Mehmet gives the ball away again. Casey. Elliot Wheeler with the header. Oh. Nearly brought on to do what we were hoping for. All 6'5" of them. Just get yourself up there, mate. Kane Long doesn't get there. And there's been a little bit of back and forth with this one. Maguire goes down, free kick. Take the free kick. Get the win. Huge result. Excellent, isn't it? 2-0 against York. We'll take that. 4 points off the title here, everyone. And there's a long way to go. so we're not talking about that right now, but it's a positive. Johnson's only banned for one match, that's fine. So it must have been a second yellow he got then. Ebbsfleet next. Youth facilities upgraded. Oh, look at that. So what are they currently then? Facilities for the youth are now average. Get in. Now we're talking. Oh dear. We weren't expecting much anyway, but now it's like, oh hey, we've upgraded these to average. Oh, okay, thanks for that. Goalkeeper injury. Of course we've got a goalkeeper injury. Why would we not have a goalkeeper injury? He looks alright, doesn't he? He looks pretty decent, that fella. Okay, I'm just offered a trial in for a goalkeeper as well, but not that I don't trust my current backup goalkeeper, but my main keeper's got an injury and instantly I've just went, who wants to come in for a trial? The problem is, I think that the youngster who's surplus to requirements might be better than the backup goalkeeper. Here's where we are. Yeah, in fact, they're both dreadful, to be honest. It's about the same. Kicking slightly better for Granger. Communication, command of air is better, but excellent history is a little bit higher. Right, I think Wilkes gets the jersey. Granger stays on the bench. Johnson comes out because he's on a red card, obviously. King goes in. Very, very young, but very tall centre half. 6'8". Roscoe's still not fit, so he can't even get anywhere near the bench. Farquharson's still injured, so he can't get near the bench or start. McGuckin is back, so he can maybe get in. So his concerns playing in a weak role. Bangura still wants to leave. FA Cup as well, 4th qualifying round against Ebbsfleet. Where are Ebbsfleet? Are they in a division above us or National League South? Okay, so they are below us. So could be a League One goalkeeper, Joe Walsh. much he wants to back up though? 750 quid. How much is our main goalkeeper getting? Don't really want to be bankrupting the club for a backup goalkeeper. No, let's not put a load of money in for a backup keeper. I'm sure we could loan a goalkeeper if needs be. There you go. Hogarth. No wages, please. He's making first choice if needs be. Sheffield Wednesday goalkeepers. We've had bad experience with Sheffield Wednesday goalkeepers in the past, so maybe we won't go there. Patlio. 6'2". Craig Thompson is another Sunderland one. Carlo Benic. He looks good. Malachi Brophy. What a name. Brad Mayo. Nicky Hogarth. Where's Nicky Hogarth? These 5. 27, 6'5". Yeah, take it easy, Dave. Pleasure seeing you, buddy. We'll have to catch you up soon. Can't have him as my keeper in Falkirk. Well, we'll shortlist him. There might be a guy. I'll have to give you a shout when I'm back up north as well, Dave. So Riverside, missed your last stream. Seems to have started well with the U's. Tonight has been better. Let's put it that way. Tonight has been better. I think yesterday was a little bit. There was a bedding in period which we were trying to sort of get used to, working out who these players were, what they can do, what they can't do. Even Rob Woolhouse, welcome in, Bell. And I think we're just sort of getting a little bit of a steer on them now, to be honest, as to where we are. Who do I support? So I guess the answer I'm giving at the minute, Hella, is Sunderland. It used to be Villa. Obviously, that's changed. York are probably, well, York are now my local team, given the fact obviously where we live. I'd quite like that to be the kids' team, but we'll let them decide what they want to do. But yeah, in terms of what I'm watching the Championship at the minute, so I'm back on the Sunderland train. Hopefully they, as horrible as it sounds, don't want them to get promoted, because I don't want them to get in the Premier League. I like football at this point. I like football in the Championship. It's good. Let's praise Cadamarteri in training, but we're going to start with McGugan. He's going to start up front in the cup because I need him to score. Rogie, you're going to be on the bench. I think if Bangura's back. Any advice on where to watch football in London apart from the big teams? Millwall, I wouldn't recommend Millwall. Hella, I wouldn't recommend Millwall. Dulwich Hamlet, Rogie straight on it, yeah, proper good football club with soul, doing good things in the community. Some people would say a bit of a hipster club, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think they're doing good work. So yeah, go and hang out with Dulwich Hamlet. Hornchurch are pretty decent as well. Yeah, find a nice football club is what I'd suggest. Barnet, well, yeah, I mean, you know, French Bertie in the chat would absolutely be advocating Barnet, given the fact he's on the payroll. Leighton Orient has got a decent bar. There you go. Non-league's definitely the way to go, though. Dulwich's game tomorrow is free entry if anyone's in the Bath area. Club are just asking for a donation of any sort you can. There you go, see? Perfect. 2 further game ban for Zach Johnson. If we appeal it, will we... I'm going to appeal that. Can't be out for 3 games, surely. I mean, he might be, but, you know. Is Meatoff back, actually? Injured. Still, Kiffin can come in place of Happier Forson, actually. In fact, you know what? Yeah, because if he then gets cup tied. Let's play him. Let's just play him instead of, Happier Forson. Right. Okay. Let's go. What's the longest period of time you haven't played FM? I probably went about a year where I hadn't played. But I played at the start of the cycle and then not at the end, or sort of vice versa, maybe. But at the minute, I think FMT sort of touched upon this a little bit in tomorrow's episode, so without spoiling it, they talk about how you play the game now, and they make a really good point. Like, I don't play the game now when I'm just sat around. Mrs. J is watching the telly. I've not got my laptop on my legs playing Football Manager anymore. Like, I only play Football Manager when I'm streaming now. So I guess my relationship with the game is slightly different. So I don't necessarily play it for fun anymore. This is absolutely still fun for me, of course, don't get me wrong, but I do play it in a very different way now. So I'm not spending time, like, you know, I've got an offline save, but it's not my be all and end all. Like, this is now my be all and end all. This save right now, you know. Would I do a save like this offline on my own? Probably not, but possibly. Maybe I would. You know what? Maybe I would actually. But obviously now it's on stream, which just makes it so much more fun to do. Magoo can gone wide. Your best fan, I'm going to be in London for a month for football matches. Oh, cool. That's brilliant. But then definitely take in the non-league then, I think. Like, find some interesting games to go to. Magoo. Get that clipped. That's what we want. Make it so roguey, if you can do, please, or anyone else who's got the clip capabilities. Dan swap Mrs. J on the lap for an FM on the lap. I mean, I don't know about that. Mrs. J wins that one hands down. Me, so I'm not playing for 6 months, 2 months like a panic animal. Yeah, like, we sort of go through like splits and spurts, don't you? Oof. Straight at the keeper. Remember Mrs. J managed for a game or two. She was brilliant, wasn't she? She was fantastic. She won games. I didn't. Hence why Mrs. J was put in charge. The chair's been put in charge recently. I love the fact that Mrs. J had a better win record than I did at one point as well. Probably still does, actually. Casey Maguire. Agukin. Raspberry nearly getting in. Nearly in for a second. Corner, McDonald comes in. Keeper gets it. It's well held, mind. Wheeler. Maguire. McGugan. Offside. Cray Valley Paper Mills seems pretty decent. Is that a football team or is that a shop? Can't decide. Maguire. Free kick. Ooh, decent effort. Maguire picks it back up again. Kiff in from distance. Decent first half. 14 shots. We've done alright. Football team I just found in the link room. He said, nice. Let's bring Raspberry off. Let's save his legs a little bit. Let's put Mehmet on. London, you can't go to big teams. It's just tourists and there's no atmosphere. Yeah, pretty much like London, to be honest. If you're a tourist, definitely don't go to Millwall because they won't like you. Wheeler, what a ball that is for Mehmet. Great finish. Would you consider Fulham as a touristic atmosphere? I mean, Fulham's got the advantage of Fulham is they've got a small ground. Okay, so it's going to sound different than if you go to Arsenal, which is massive, right? Crystal Palace, again, I guess, is like another one of those ones. Like it's an old, small ground, so you're going to have a very different experience. Wimbledon, maybe? AFC Wimbledon, you could maybe still get to. That's, you know, they're probably as large as you maybe want to go, I think. Yeah, AFC Wimbledon, James, happy there. Fulham ground's great as well because it's just different. There's not many grounds that look like that. So from that point of view, yes, it's worth having a look at. But it's in a very, very rich part of London. So it's not quite, you know, you're not quite scrimping, like, you know, it's round the corner from Chelsea, isn't it? So, oh, so yeah, I think it's more about its uniqueness than its thing as a, you know, than it just being good. Wimbledon's new ground isn't great. It looks like an apartment garden. That's a fair description, Alligator, to be honest. QPR. Yeah, again that's got the small ground syndrome, which is good. The thing is, though, if you go to someone like a Dulwich Hamlet, you're gonna save some money. You're gonna be like actually paying. Like, the club are going to want you to be there, you know. You know, you can make a difference. QPR, of course, former Premier League club as well, so as a Spaniard, all grounds you mentioned completely different than what I'm used to. Oh, 100%. Like, there's no racetracks for a start, so you're literally right on top of the players. They've got roofs as well, which I know sounds really bizarre to say, but yeah, but you know, we need them over here. You know, we need roofs because it rains a lot. Fisher FC, Tier 10, Zone 1, maybe Zone 2. I mean, hey, now we're talking tube zones. Frank Marmalade can come on. Orange's not a bad shout. Oh, long with a decent effort. You get to hear that you've been battered by the fish chant. Big fan of that. Big fan of that, Jim. Speaking of football, Jim, we need to... Offside. We need to organise our York City trip, don't we? What do you mean by loads? Because I know that there's definitely you, Trek, Stingers close by. Who else do we know that's in the area? Or commutable? Because what we found out is, you know, the mad scientist lives in Denmark, but he'll still come to something if it sounds fun. Of course, AJ's here as well, isn't he? Yeah. Brash is in Doncaster, I think. So he's not too far. I'm presuming Stakebake's not massively far away either. I just know he's London, isn't he? So yeah, we could get quite a few people down. Grimmy could come down from Blythe. So yeah, it should be handy. That we'll make it happen. Get ourselves a nice little York City trip. So yeah, if anyone else fancies it, by the way, give us a shout and come watch some football. And to be fair, it's not even that far for people from Manchester to go across. It's only an hour. So yeah, let's pop in the Discord. Let's make a plan. We'll try and organise that going forward. Hogarth's not going to happen. Who do we get in the next round? Stick it in. That's a good question. Stick it in the general. Stick it in the general one for now, Gem, and we can always try and work out something from there, but might be a way of just getting a bit of interaction going on there as well, you know. Then Geos is only in Leeds, isn't he, I think? So Manchester, they play football there. No. Well, the surrounding areas they do, though. Greater Manchester's definitely got some football teams. FC United of Manchester, though, there's a possible thing. York's a bit of a trip right up for it, given how much fun FMT was. Yeah, you were there, Razio. You were there, like, straight away. Like, yeah, I'm in, sorted. In fact, to be honest, if the ticket sales of FMT are anything to go by, we could probably book ourselves a stand. Oldham. Matt Blade, I'm in Bradford. Bradford's not too far. Nigel's in Leeds. There you go, let's sort it. So we can either do York, we can do York City, or we can do Harrogate Town, or Harrogate Railway. Darlow. Get the train to Altrincham. We could get the train to Altrincham. So, loads of options. Gregory Reeds, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you very much for that. You want a Harrogate versus Dons? Nice. Easter. Well, yeah, we need to get it done before the end of the season. So yeah, let's get that in there now. We'll start working some stuff out. I know. Before you had what did you have? Was it a noodle or a doodle? Noodle, wasn't it? They call the thing where you have everyone gives their dates in and stuff. Ash to York for an away day. That's tempting. You know it's tempting. Keeney. Definitely get it done. Guiseley. Gudge is going to be there, 100%. Oxford versus Chesterfield in the FA Cup. First round proper. I think think we need to make this happen before the end of the season. Let's get it booked in. Mrs. Jade's in the chat, so she knows this is happening now. So she'll be sat probably complaining, going, for fuck's sake, James, why have you done this? We don't have any grounds to argue Zach Johnson's 3-game ban, so he is out for 3 games. Bugger. Is it a bit extreme to try and bring Riley Towler in for 3 games? A star player, 1,600. I'm going to look at charter flights for the Spaniards. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Make it happen. I mean, is it worth trying to bring an expensive defender in? £1,200. Do we have it? He's worth it. I suppose the way I've got to look at it, Rogie, is that Simon Ikamba isn't good enough at this point, right? Although he is 6'6" and he's 22. Oliver Casey is good and he's coming in, he's playing well, but he can now be the backup. At £1,500, he's actually the backup, and Kieran King needs some support. He needs to, he needs to learn. Sam Roscoe's it's just not working for him. He's got a contract on next season. He's dwindling, isn't he? So yeah, I think you're right. I think we have to bring him in, to be honest. And also, as well, just think about this. As Rogie's saying there, we can go up Irvine Meadow. We could absolutely go up the road because Mozza's busy creating a non-league team in Scotland. So we could all have an away day to Mozza FC. So there's next season sorted. I'm not adverse to that. Little tool up the road. Go and take in some non-league Scottish football. Mozza ball. I'm also as well absolutely hoping that Jags versus 49ers is a UK game next season. And if it is, need tickets for that game. So someone in this chat's going to have to be, I'm looking at you, Ragio, to be honest. I think you're the one that's going to be sorting out the NFL. If not, I'm going to have to get my mate Rogie leading by example there in training. 8.3. He's got the spirit of Bobby. Helping out Mozza. I mean, hope Mozza FC has top facilities for everything in the Scottish FM database. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, it turns out it's got Sugar Daddy ticked. That's really bizarre, isn't it? How surprising, Mozza. Right, Meetoff's back in. We're playing Dagenham and Redbridge tonight. So two teams. 6th versus 5th. Dan Wilkes is back out. Meetoff's back in goal. Is back in goal. Kind of hoping the Colts come over next year. Colts versus Jags. Well, see, the thing is, Rajo, I'm not sure it's Colts Jags because the Jags have put their... And the only reason I'm thinking Jags 49ers is because the Jags have put their fixture list out for next season and it says home game 49ers, and because they never play each other, and they certainly never have a home game against each other. So I think that's a spoiler. I think next year the Niners are coming over because it's been a long time since they have. And if it's not there, Germany wouldn't make sense because the Jags won't have a home game in Germany. Plot twist, they're playing it in the moon. So I'm a 49ers fan historically, Alligator. That's my thing is I'm 49ers from the 80s. But because the Jags are essentially the UK team, I kind of have to have a soft spot for the Jags as well. And whenever we've been to watch at Wembley, they've won
So we've kind of like, me and my mates are like, you know, let's go the Jags, you know. But yeah, if it's 49ers, that I want the 49ers to win. Bigger question, who's the 49ers quarterback going to be? Good question. Purdy's doing all right, isn't he? He's doing okay. Lance still needs another few games because I think he's only played 5 games or something. Fucking Garoppolo will still be on the wage, on the salary. So I don't know. I wouldn't put it past us drafting another one this summer, to be honest, in the off season. But yeah, Purdy seems to be doing all right. To be honest, he's getting big plays. That last minute one against the Seahawks was, well, it's sort of the last couple of plays against the Seahawks were really good, really good throws, good delivery into Debo. I mean, look, you throw anything to Debo and he's catching it, and it's a touchdown. Debo's almost like a cheat code at this point. Debo is what Kittle was 2 years ago. Right now, it's just like unplayable as a wide receiver. We'll take Brock off your hands to help out. You're very good. Give him some reps. You know, because I don't know what your boys have done, Rajo. I don't know what the Colts have done. Like, makes no sense, right? How do I do training? Asks Nige. I'll be honest, Nige. At the minute, this is standard schedules. I haven't done too much wheeling and dealing with it now. What you can do is this still a thing? RDF's got some now. It says here it's FM22. They work perfectly in FM23 as well. So I have used them before. I like them. They work. So you can use RDF's training and put them in there, and you won't go too far wrong, to be honest. Lost 2 players off the O-line. It killed us. It happens, doesn't it? It happens. You lose those players in key positions, and it's just game over. So, especially as well when there's just no, you can't get depth in that sport. If you haven't got a player in that position, you're out. You know. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in the off season, because I think a lot of teams are going to make a lot of big moves. Obviously, what about Derek Carr? Would you be looking at that? He's obviously going to get cut by the Raiders. Is he an option? Top rated in training, not even in the match day squad. Time to get the spirit of Bobby. No. You're coming on for the impact. Yeah, I've got a plan. For you, Rogie. Tell me you're in the squad, right? Tell me you're in the squad. There's been a slight mistake, Rogie. Save you for the Daggerman game. It's two games in very, very quick succession. Just see if I can style this one out. Quarterback lineups next season will depend if Tua is going to be fit and be able to play for Miami. There are doubts he'll be first in the mix for a decent quarterback. Well, yeah, I mean, who's tanked out though? Who's tanked out in the draft order this year? Because Miami are not going to be near the bottom. They're not going to be near the top for draft picks. So, you know, they're not going to get the number one quarterback. Colts will be in with a shout for a good quarterback. Love Carr Bennett with a rookie. It probably makes more sense. I think Carr will probably have a bit of a. You could probably end up with both, to be honest. Bears looking to trade from 10. Yeah. There's some NFL talk. Was a Denver fan. I really want to forget this season quickly, says Benzino. Yeah, Texans need a quarterback. I mean, to be fair, the Browns could do with a new quarterback instead of the guy they've got. You've also got the question as well of, does Baker stay at the Rams? Baker's at the Rams, isn't he? Does he stay there? or does he move off? Does he get another payday somewhere? Because I like Baker. I know that people don't. There's some moments where people are like, you know, he's not a top tier quarterback, but you know, he can do it. If he's got players to aim at, he can do it. I understand he can probably be a bit of a bell end, but you know, can't they all? Baker just shows up at the stadium and gets his team assigned to him every week. That's a little bit like Antonio Brown, to be honest. About Cam, he's waiting with his throws. I think, yeah, I was about to say, oh, you know, he never has anyone to aim to, but he had everybody to aim to at the Browns. So, probably only Broncos fans who still trust Wilson. If he flops next season, it's over. I mean, you can't just. Russell Wilson can't suddenly become a really shit quarterback, can he? Let's face it. He's in a different organisation, playing a different playbook. His usual go-tos aren't there. He went for big money. Cousins slowly starts to wind down at Minnesota, and they look to trade a new starter. Cousins, I like Cousins. Matt Ryan did, yeah, okay, fair point, yeah. yeah. Again, I like Cousins. I wanted Cousins at the Niners before we got Garoppolo. But then, because of course he would have come from Washington. But he was still suspect. He was still suspect, wasn't he? He was like, is he that, you know, number one ranked quarterback? No, he's not. Like, can he grind out a win? Yes, he can actually. But now he can. But he's not in the top tier. In the top tier. Doesn't shoot in big games. Exactly. And is partial to a throwaway as well. More sacks than a potato factory, you know. Once we find our coach start playing better, I want to believe our past coach is holding us back. O-line is made of a wet biscuit. Never trusted player's surname is also a vampire weekend song. It's something to live your life by, isn't it, Rogie? I think you're right. You make a very valid point. Because if you say that to yourself, you go, that doesn't make any sense. But say it out loud, it makes complete sense. Who wins tonight, Dallas or Tampa? I think Tampa. Minshew would be good. And Minshew's an option, you know. Minshew's an option. I think Dallas choke tonight. That's what I think. It's the night for them to not choke and actually do it properly and go through and show what they can do. But I think it's Dallas, isn't it? Like, if they lose tonight, is it Brady out? Is it Brady finished? Does he retire, or has he got another 17-year contract to pay for his divorce? Oof. Based on the last 2 weeks, Dallas choke, but they still pinch it. I mean, to be fair, looking at the way that the playoffs have gone, you wouldn't bet against them. You know, bring back NFL Europe, trip to Murrayfield and the Scottish Claymores. Great, wouldn't it? Great. McDonald up over the top. Wheeler wins a corner. Vegas and Dolphins for Brady. You could see both of those happening, couldn't you? Why doesn't he just go, like, just let him go to the Raiders and be the most hated quarterback? That could work. I suppose Dolphins would make sense if Tua's not going to be available. He doesn't have to then travel too far. He's obviously already in Florida. I'm wondering if I've pushed these wingers up too far. Oh, Wheeler getting in there. Balls at the top. Game's opening up. 2 minutes to go. Still 0-0. Dagenham Redbridge. At least your quarterback can throw the ball. Feels bad, man. My team's stuck with Prescott. I don't know. Prescott, like, just plummeted, didn't he? All over at the Kassam, 0-0. Rogie could have made the difference. Rogie could have made the difference there, actually. And everyone's really upset as well now. Even if Tua's available, we might still go. Dolphins aren't sold on Tua. I mean, look, it sounds horrible. You've got to cash in on him while you can, because, you know, he's taken a couple of massive whacks to the head. Like, you either want to say, look, we pay the guy for the rest of his career because we've ruined his career, or you get out and just say, look, you know, for your own health, you know, it's not going to work out. And that's where I think they are. But we shall see. We shall see. I've had a lot of fun tonight. This has been cool. Really enjoyed it. Really great chatting. We've had some cracking results on stream. I think we've started to turn around a little bit. I think we know what we're doing now. I think what we are going to do, though, is we're going to go and raid over to CarX. Okay, now some of you who've been in the playoffs will know CarX is new. He's very good, very, very good streamer indeed. So definitely worth going and checking out. Drop a follow on him as well, please, because he is awesome. So yeah, take it easy, everyone. Of course, do keep your eyes peeled on Discord for the York City meetup. And yeah, take it easy. We will crack on. If you want to keep the chat going about NFL, come in the Discord and keep talking. We'll do that over there. But if not, we're going to say hello to CarX. Make sure you give the man a follow as well, okay? Because he's top streamer and a top man. Yeah, see you all on Wednesday. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Oh, damn. Oh, this is mental.